I'm here with Providence men's basketball associate head coach Jeff Battle. Thank you for coming on. How are you guys feeling? I know we're less than 2 weeks away, but what's the energy like for you guys in Providence?
We're excited. We've got an exhibition game under our belt. And it was good just to play. We had a scrimmage, a black-white scrimmage prior to that. So it was good just to play against somebody different, put the uniforms on, play in front of the crowd. Our new guys get a chance to play in front of our home crowd for the first time. So we're good. We've had some really good practices, and the energy's been good. And knock on wood, everybody's healthy. So we're excited.
Awesome. Last time we talked, I think about a month and a half ago, obviously the focus was on the off season, individual workouts. Now that obviously you've gotten kind of accustomed to the team, seeing them play, can you point to any, maybe the most enjoyable part for you just with a new team? Obviously you have a lot of new transfers and freshmen coming in, but what's kind of been an enjoying part of seeing them gel and be accustomed to one another?
Well, that's it. You kind of tapped on it. It's the excitement of having the newness of it all, I guess, is what you can say. Coming into practice, we've been accustomed. We were joking, the first day of practice or whatever. There's no Nate Watson, there's no AJ Reeves, and some of the older guys that we've had throughout the years, multiple years with them, and just to have some new bodies in there, some fresh energy. I think it got us rejuvenated. It got Coach Cooley rejuvenated, and just exciting to mesh everything together. That's the exciting part of it, is putting all the pieces together. Like you alluded to, we have a lot of new pieces, 8 new guys basically. So just being able to mesh everybody together, that's been it's been fun, but also challenging as well, just to kind of, because of the time frame we're under. We're about to start playing here soon, so time is of the essence.
Yep. And you had mentioned, obviously, you had the scrimmage, the exhibition. So obviously you guys got to see see them play against other competition. I know Cooley had mentioned in particular, Hopkins, Castro, kind of the tough matchup they can be, and I want to talk a little bit about the personnel. What has been most impressive that you've seen from them, the versatility that I feel like they are going to be able to provide you guys on a nightly basis?
Yeah, well, you mentioned Bryce. Bryce is a very versatile player, and he kind of fits how we play, like a glove, and Coach Cooley likes versatile guys that he can move all over the floor, he can pass, catch, handle it. He's a talented young man. He can make threes, he can rebound, he can put it on the floor. So we're excited to have him. Obviously, we think he's a very good fit for us, but he's been really good so far. His IQ, how he plays the game, how he reads the game for a young guy is pretty impressive.
Yeah. And a couple other impact transfers, obviously Carter and Locke. I didn't know if you could speak a little bit just to Carter's ability. I know he did this last year as well, but just to kind of be able to get to the bucket, how that may help Locke and bind up in terms of shooting beyond the arc, but just how, you've seen them progress, fit into the system, and what you think they're going to be able to provide for you guys this year.
Well, yeah, Noah, can really space the floor. He can really, he's a shot maker, of course, can really, like I said before, score in bunches with the three. And, having Devin, who's a downhill type player, thrives on contact, really good in transition in the open floor, that's going to open up some stuff for Noah and Jared as well, So we feel like we have a good combination there with those guys that can create not only for themselves, but for each other too. So that's going to be really important as we move forward.
Absolutely. And, obviously there's a lot of discussion sometimes on the new guys, the transfers, as they should be. But, speaking of Bynum, name preseason, first team Big East, preseason rankings, do they matter? Not much, but it is a testament to kind of what he did last year throughout his career, and obviously the expectation for this year. But how important has he been just, as a leader of this team, a glue, I would assume, in terms of bringing in new guys, getting them accustomed to play, but just his leadership on the floor, on and off the floor?
Yeah, he's been huge. He knows our system. He knows how Coach Cooley thinks. He knows how we want things done. So he's been very, very vital to the new guys. And of course, they know of the success that he had last year, coming off the season that he had. So they have a lot of respect for him right out of the gate, which is really important.
Yeah.
But he, and we've talked, me and him talk a lot. We spend a lot of time together. You mentioned the accolades that he's had preseason, which he's earned.
Yeah.
But with that comes a responsibility and a target. And so he's going to have to be able to handle that and know that he's the number one guy on the scouting report now. And I think he's up for the challenge. I think we've talked about being mentally tough, what's going to come at him now. And last year he had the luxury of having, Al Durham and some other guys with him. But now with a lot of new guys, he's going to have a big responsibility. So it's a different role for him, but it's not something that I don't think he's going to shy away from. And I think he's going to be able to handle it, the way he needs to do it.
Definitely. And, as I mentioned, we're less than 2 weeks away. I don't know if is there anything you, whether it be personally, maybe the coaching staff, that you try to, outside of basketball, kind of, whether it be, I don't know if it's a tradition, but kind of prep yourself for what is obviously a grind. I know obviously you've been doing this for a long time. It's a grind you enjoy, but, just leading up to that, non-basketball wise, is there anything that you or the coaching staff just kind of try to get right before you guys hit the road?
Not really.
No time, probably, right?
No, it's on now. You're into scouting now and preparing, and because now, even though you play a couple of weeks away, you want to start implementing things into your practice, and no stone unturned. And so, we just kind of think about our guys as a coaching staff. We think about our team on a daily basis. What can we do to motivate them more? What do we got to get better at? Who do we need to talk to individually? What do we need to do as a team? How should we structure our practices leading up to that? So it's a lot that goes into it, especially with our team. And then obviously you're talking recruiting on a constant too. So it's a grind, like you alluded to, but it's what we do. So
Yep.
It's exciting.
Well, I'm looking forward to the season. Of course, I talked to Kyron Cartwright, was it the other day, and I proposed the question for the teams on the line has to run. If he could pick one coach, would it be you or Cooley to make the free throw? So they didn't have to run. He did pick you, I'm pretty sure. So I don't know if you agree with that assessment, but he's putting you on the line.
I definitely agree with that.
All right. Good. Well, listen, Coach, I appreciate it. And, I look forward to kind of touching base every 3 weeks or so. But good luck, as you guys make your final preps, and we're looking forward to it.
Thanks. No problem. Thanks for having me.